How desperate do you have to be to call for is Pakistan selling its own stockpiles of an because manufacturing is dead in Pakistan right now. So there is no weapons manufacturing that is going on right now in Pakistan. To the best of my knowledge, it's a few of them. Fantastic, lovely people. It's just that the crazy mullahs of Tehran, they're complete lunatics. They're complete lunatics and they're setting the world on fire. Gen friends, I'm Major Gaurav Arya and you're watching the Chanakya Dialogues English. Like this video, subscribe to our channel and don't forget to press the bell icon. Now, there is news coming from Kerala and it's not good news. The effect of radicalization in Kerala is so much. And not just about those ISIS fighters who had gone from Kerala, to the Middle East all over, whether it's Syria or other places to fight. I'm not talking about that. Now it has become part of the accepted social discourse. And let me tell you why. Now, this is the news of a Congress member of parliament from Kerala called Mr. Rajmohan Unnithan. And Mr. Rajmohan Unnithan, he's an honorable member of parliament. And in a speech, in front of an audience, in a live speech, he said that Benjamin Netanyahu, the elected Prime Minister of Israel, must be killed. He must be shot dead without a trial. Now, this is what Congress Member of Parliament Rajmohan Unnithan has said. He also said that Netanyahu was committing a war crime against Palestinians in the besieged Gaza Strip. He was addressing a rally to demonstrate solidarity with Palestine in Kasaragod, Kerala. So Kasaragod is a place in Kerala where there was a rally. I don't know why this rally is taking place in Kerala at all. And what do the people of Kerala have in common with the people of Gaza? I haven't understood. Because if they say that this is a case of strong bullying the weak, if that is the statement that they're going to make, and let us agree, academically speaking, hypothetically speaking, that, okay, let us assume for a moment that this is the case. This happens 100 times all over the world. I haven't seen Kerala protesting before. No mass protests, no public rallies. What is the issue? Now, if you look below in this article, it says the rally was organized by the Kasaragod United Muslim Jamaat on Friday. So they had this massive rally after the Friday prayers or the Jummah prayers, and the Kasaragod United Muslim Jamaat on Friday called for this rally. And this, this member of parliament of the Congress, Rajmohan Unnithan, he actually called for the killing of a democratic leader. Now, I'll tell you why this is scary. He's doing it for votes, and he's not going to win. I mean, he might win an individual election as a member of parliament. I'm not talking about that. I'm saying his party will not win. It has been a communist bastion for a very long time, Kerala. The communists have been in power there for many years. So let's forget about Congress party coming to power in Kerala. I don't know much about politics, but this is my estimate. Now, what I want to say is that how desperate do you have to be for votes? How desperate do you have to be to call for the killing of an elected head of state because you believe that your constituents want that murder to happen? Think about it for a moment, right? Nobody said anything. There was no hue and cry. Of course, the opposition parties there raised a hue and cry and there were a lot of questions and cross questions. But in the end, this guy literally got away with murder, quote unquote. So Rajmohan Unnithan says, kill Benjamin Netanyahu because of what he's doing. And he's also calling for Nuremberg-style courts, which will try Israel for war crimes against the people of Palestine. Now, this member of parliament, right? He's possibly never been to Israel or to Palestine for that matter, knows nothing. What he sees in front of him, and let me quote from here, the name, what he sees in front of him is the Kasaragod United Muslim Jamaat. And he says, okay, these are Muslims here. And obviously there is some sort of an affinity which Muslims in Kerala feel for the Muslims of Gaza. Let me take advantage of that. Let me call for murder of an elected head of state and maybe I'll get some votes. I don't think Israel is going to be shaken by this. I don't think Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is going to be shaken by this. But I think India is going to be shaken by this. A party that takes great pride, whose leaders go everywhere and say that what we have opened is a shop of love, a mohabbat ki dukaan. You know, they talk about democracy, they talk about liberal values. And they've sold this to the rest of the country, saying that, hey, we stand for liberal values, and this guy, the current prime minister, he's not liberal at all, and he's a hardliner, and etc., etc. I don't know what kind of liberal values are these that the Congress party espouses, which call for the sanctioned murder of a head of state. I'm yet to see this member of parliament being thrown out of the Congress party. You're calling for the killing of a democratically elected, the only democratically elected head of state in the Middle East. Only. There is no other. Because all are either sheikdoms or emirates or led by dictators, or in case of Palestine and Lebanon, terrorists. The only democracy, and you want that guy to get killed because you want votes from this Kasargod United Muslim Jamaat. You think that the Muslim Jamaat there in Kasargod will give you votes if you call for the death of Benjamin Netanyahu. This is the standard to which this particular member of parliament, I'm sorry to say, has fallen. Now, the second news that I have for you is there's this cargo ship, okay, India-bound cargo ship which was hijacked by Houthis, and the ship was sailing from Turkey to India, and it was hijacked by Iran-backed Houthi rebels in Red Sea. And this is a claim by the Israel Defense Forces, and Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's office called it an act of Iranian terrorism. Obviously, since the Houthis are backed by Iranians, financed and armed and trained and led by Iranians, so therefore Iranian terrorism. The vessel Galaxy Leader was transporting vehicles from Korfez, Turkey to Pipavav in Gujarat. So, the name of the ship, Galaxy Leader, which was transporting vehicles, cars and SUVs, etc., from Korfez in Turkey to Pipavav in Gujarat, and it was captured en route in the Red Sea. Galaxy Leader is owned by a British company operated by a Japanese firm and registered in the Bahamas. So, a British company, a British ship, or a company that owns that particular ship, Galaxy Leader, operated by a Japanese company and registered in the Bahamas. And Yahya Saraya, the Houthi spokesperson, said, now this is important, please listen to this. Yahya Saraya, Houthi spokesperson, said that the group would target all ships owned or operated by Israeli companies or carrying the Israeli flag. On Sunday, the Yemen-based group had in a statement on Telegram urged all countries to withdraw citizens working on the crews of these ships to avoid shipping or on handling these vessels. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is what it has come to. Okay? Now, it has come to radical Islamist terrorism, which was only on land. Now, it's gone to sea. Now, they are behaving like pirates. They're openly capturing vessels, and the Houthis are stupid. Traditionally, they've been a stupid people. But here, their stupidity, there is proof, They wanted to hijack the vessel because it was Israeli. Then somebody told them, boss, it's not Israeli. It's a British vessel. They said, oh, sorry. It is run by the Japanese. Oh, sorry. And it's registered in the Bahamas. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry thrice. It does not have Israeli crew. Oh, sorry. It does not have Indian crew. Oh, sorry. How can you mess that up? How can you be so stupid and then you want a free Palestine? But I'm telling you all these things about, this Houthis and Hamas and Hezbollah and all that. The problem is Iran, and I'm convinced that the problem is Iran. And unless we tackle this particular problem of Iran, we will find it difficult, I'm telling you. Honestly speaking, we will find it extremely, extremely difficult to settle this issue because Iran will keep on setting fire to the rest of the world. That is what Iran has been doing since 1979. And actually, if you meet Iranians, they are lovely people, they are peace-loving people. They're gracious people, they're very hospitable people, they're very friendly people, the Iranians. I've had the good fortune of meeting a few of them. Fantastic, lovely people. It's just that the crazy mullahs of Tehran, they're complete lunatics. They're complete lunatics and they're setting the world on fire. And ladies and gentlemen, I have extremely interesting news and I'm sure you'll love to hear this. Pakistan is set to be supplying 155 shells to Israel. Now, Pakistan is supplying shells to Israel. Can you imagine? So, what is 155 This is the caliber, this is the bore of the weapon, and this is medium artillery. And to explain to you further, you would have heard of the Bofors. Yeah? Bofors is also 155 So, 155 I think, for medium artillery is the most common caliber across the world. That's my assumption. And I could be wrong, but that's what I think. It's very, very common because every country almost uses it. And India also has the Bofors, and India has so many others, like M777 is also 155 So it's used across the world. Now, Pakistan is supplying these shells to Israel. On one hand, Pakistan is saying that we are with the Palestinian people. We bleed for Gaza. This is Pakistani hypocrisy. At one point in time, Pakistan was actually, taking money from the Americans and helping the Americans kill Taliban. And then they were taking money from the Taliban to help kill the Americans. They took money from both the parties, which is why the Afghans today don't trust the Pakistanis. They say that Pakistanis are unreliable. That is the grouse that they have against the Pakistanis, that these people they speak with a forked tongue. They cannot be relied upon. They are charlatans and they're people who are not true to their word. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is what has happened now. The way it happened is very interesting. Flight tracker data says that a British Air Force plane flew from Bahrain to Noor Khan base in Pakistan's Rawalpindi. So, Bahrain and then Noor Khan base. Noor Khan base is in Rawalpindi, which is GHQ, General Headquarters of the Pakistani Army, GHQ Rawalpindi. So, here's the flight path from Bahrain to Noor Khan, from Noor Khan via Oman to Cyprus. Now, the British Royal Air Force's Akrotiri base in Cyprus has emerged as an international military hub to supply ammunition to Israel amid war with Hamas. So, this aircraft actually from Noor Khan base via Oman actually entered Cyprus, and it landed at exactly the same Air Force base, which is the international hub for supplying ammunition to Israel. And this is the Akrotiri base in Cyprus. And earlier, Israeli newspaper Haaretz reported that over 40 US transport aircraft, 20 British transport aircraft, and 7 heavy transport helicopters flew to RAF Akrotiri carrying equipment, arms, and forces. Great. Now, in September 2023, watch this out. This is not the first time that Pakistan is stabbing people in the back. This is in their DNA. This is what the Pakistanis do the best. In September 2023, a report in The Intercept, listen to this carefully, ladies and gentlemen, had claimed that a secret Pakistani arms sale to the US made for the purpose of supplying the Ukrainian military with 155 shells helped Islamabad facilitate a much contested bailout from International Monetary Fund. So what is happening is, I'll tell you. They are supplying to Ukraine and they are supplying to Israel. Okay? No harm. Pakistan can supply. Pakistan is a sovereign country. Pakistan has every right to supply weapons and ammunition to whomsoever it wishes. We can't tell Pakistan, no, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. No. That is not in our control, and neither should it be. Pakistan is a sovereign country. Supply to whomsoever you want. But here is the problem. The problem is that Pakistan is lying to its own people. And Pakistan claims to be a democracy. You can't do that. Like, for example, India, best of relations with the US, but buying oil from Russia. And this was discussed in the parliament. It was open in the parliament. They're just talking about some small, piddly-liddly 155 artillery shells. We bought the S-400. It was a $5.5 billion deal. And it was discussed in parliament, and we said, yes, in spite of all the sanctions, we are going ahead and we are buying this stuff from Russia because we have given a commitment to Russia and we need it for our own national security needs. That's it. You don't like it or lump it. But you have to be honest to your parliament. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying share this information with the rest of the world. No. No, sir. Pakistan does not owe any explanation to any country on earth. I reiterate, it's a sovereign country of sorts. But Pakistan does owe some sort of an explanation to the people of Pakistan via their parliament. And this was never discussed in the Pakistani parliament. So I don't know, ladies and gentlemen, where Pakistan is selling these ammunition and equipment from. I mean, where is it coming from? Is Pakistan manufacturing additionally? Or is it part of their WE? Is Pakistan selling its own stockpiles? Because manufacturing is dead in Pakistan right now, right? So there is no weapons manufacturing that is going on right now in Pakistan. To the best of my knowledge, it's a dead duck or at best a go slow. There are no 3 shifts running 24/7 producing ammunition. But if Pakistan has sold this, I want to ask the Pakistani army officers, are you selling your WE? Now, that is the question that we'd like an answer to. Ladies and gentlemen, today there are no questions because we did not find any appropriate questions. I request you to please send us questions so that we would like to interact with you further and sort of answer your questions. And let this be an interactive session rather than me speaking all the time. So I would request you, please send us your questions and we'll be happy to take your questions. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, press the like button, subscribe to our channel, don't forget to press the bell icon. Jai Hind, Vande Mataram, Bharat Mata Ki Jai.